Recording now.
Got it. So as most of you know, I'm Cindy Schwartzstein with Cartwheel Art, and also the Rendon, for the Art at the Rendon events that are at the Rendon over in the vacant hotel on 7th in Santa Fe. And that's what Michelle was talking about, that we work together with the Rendon and have worked with Cartwheel Art too before. I think that we have a small enough group here that we may want to do some quick introductions for some people that are not the speakers. But Cheyenne, did you want to speak on behalf of introducing Larabra? Because I do see that Randy's not on right now, or is there anyone else, since you're going to speak?
Dan, it looks like Dan Rosenfeld's here, and Megan's here, but I'm
Megan, cool. Dan, Dan, would you like to speak about Larabra and our organization and your involvement here with us?
Oh, I'll say hello to everybody. I mean, I've just come to love Larabra because it's such a cool group of people, and that we share a neighborhood that's evolving in wonderful ways with a fascinating past and just full of talented people. It's just a lot of fun. I mean, it sort of creates, it has certain agendas that we consistently work on in terms of supporting the arts and trying to preserve the character and quality in the neighborhood, but and the dog park and the farmers market and certain art programs. But it also sort of, drifts into directions that the various members are inspired by, and that informality, I think, is part of its delightfulness. So I've enjoyed being a part of it the last couple of years, and these neighbor nights, involving mostly visiting bars, frankly, and restaurants. How can you beat that? So it's a lot of fun. Okay.
Great. Thanks for the quick introduction there, Dan. Appreciate that. All right. So as far as our itinerary tonight, we are going to, it's about 1 hour. And if anyone has something besides the speakers that they want to talk about, introduce themselves, please put yourself in chat so we can connect about your business, or if you're an artist, resident here in the Arts District, we'd love to hear from you as well. And let's see, there's a few people that I see that maybe what we'll do is, I'm going to kind of wing it a little bit here. Let's go ahead and see who is not going to be speaking here. Michelle Victoria, I see you. Do you want to introduce yourself real quick?
Sure.
Hi.
Hey, it's so nice to see you. I don't know if you remember, we met about 2 years ago, was it, when we had the street fair show?
Yes. Yes, you're an artist here in the Arts District.
Yeah, I'm an artist. I haven't been able to paint too much the last year or two from health issues and family stuff, but everything's getting resolved and I'm feeling better. And luckily, thanks to being quarantined, I've been painting again. So that's been really nice. And just enjoying this kind of quiet time in the neighborhood in the Arts District, and feeling that there's this community all around me that maybe I don't know that many people, but I know you're all out there. And so it's been really kind of beautiful that this was happening now, that I could actually connect and see faces of people that are around me that I was imagining, because you're really there. So I'm so grateful this was happening today.
Oh, that's great. Well, continue to join us.
I will.
Yeah, it would be great. And I'll reach out to you as well, so you could become more involved with the Larabra.
Wonderful. That's great.
Yeah. If there's anyone else that's here that would like to introduce, I just happened to see Michelle, so I want to make sure. And if there's anyone else here that would like to introduce themselves, we'd love to hear from you right now too.
Hi, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hi, I'm Christina Harrington. I actually work for LA Metro, and I've been trying to, hey, Cheyenne, I recognize a couple of faces here. So I just finally had the opportunity to join one of these neighborhood nights, which is really awesome. Just here to learn more about y'all and what's going on in the community, because if you're not aware already, LA Metro has a lot of projects in the arts district. So just trying to show up and see what everything is going on in the neighborhood. Nice to meet you all.
Nice to meet you too. Thanks for being here tonight. Fantastic. Anyone else want to introduce themselves?
I'll say hi. Hi there, my name is Melanie Crystal. I am an entrepreneur and a lawyer, and I've lived in the Arts District for almost 6 years now.
Fantastic. Well, welcome
I'll
to Neighbor
introduce.
Nights tonight, and stay in touch with us here. Yeah.
There are so many new faces this time. I'll do it. I'm Megan Geckler. I've lived in the Arts District since 2009, at the Santa Fe Art Colony since 2001 before that, so I've been around forever. Not forever, but for a long time, like 20 years. And I have my studio in the Bendix building, and I make big artistic installations out of construction tape.
That's so nice to see you, Megan.
Oh, it's good to see you guys
Megan
too.
was one of the presenters last month, and her work absolutely amazing.
Megan, stop your video to show your screen.
Oh, there we go.
There you go.
That's me like jumping in front of a 6-story installation in Australia. Fun. Yeah.
Thanks, Megan.
Oh, that's really
Sure. Anyone else want to introduce themselves? All right. Okay. Well, we'll have some time afterwards too, if anyone still wants to jump in and say hi. Yep.
Okay, I'm Daryl Bibikoff. I actually have been downtown many times, and I have a lot of art friends in the LA area. Christine Showmaker is probably a familiar name for some people. I actually don't live in the LA area. I'm north of LA. I am an artist. I am also an art educator, and I am very active downtown with I bring students into the LA area all the time. I've been an art educator for over 28 years, and I'm frequently downtown giving students walking tours and exposing them to the LA scene. I'm a short time away from retiring, where I actually will then focus on my art. I do a lot of artwork. I spend a lot of time in my studio, but I need to wrap up my career as an educator, which is very close, and within a year or two at the most. And hopefully I'll be seeing some of your faces.
Hi, I can introduce myself. My name is Ilana Zilberg, and I'm actually not in LA right now. I'm based in San Diego. I was hoping to be in LA, but for obvious reasons, I'm not. I am a cultural anthropologist based out of UC San Diego, and I've been doing, I've been working on a project in LA around the river and the 6th Street Bridge replacement project for some time now, and have spoken to people on all sides, and have long wanted to come to one of these meetings. And so fortuitously, I have been able to participate virtually, and I'm very interested in knowing what you guys are up to and doing, and hoping to be able to follow up in person with some of you one of these days.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for joining. It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Thank you.
Anyone else? All right. Well, just go ahead and put it in chat if you want to, and we'll go ahead and chat afterwards. So the way that our itinerary is going to go is that I am going to introduce a couple of other neighborhood organizations that are in the Arts District. And for the first one, I'm going to introduce Julia, who is a board member of what used to be known as HCNC, the Historic Community Neighborhood Council, is now Arts District Little Tokyo Neighborhood Council. And as she told most of us, she also has this metal straw company that's pretty cool too. So yeah, let's go ahead and learn more about what's going on with the Arts District Little Tokyo, Julia.
Hello, everybody. It's so fun to be here and to meet some new faces and to reconnect with some familiar faces. Yeah, so I'm on the board of the Arts District Little Tokyo Neighborhood Council. I've been on for about a year now, but I've been in the area for about a decade, give or take. So we are a board of 14 individuals from both respective neighborhoods. We really kind of approach it as one cohesive neighborhood. We have some representatives that are residents, business owners, property owners. There's a few seats that are at large, so those represent stakeholders of the neighborhoods. And we're actually currently voting in about 2 weeks for an Arts District at-large seat. And then we have an opening for a residential seat in the Arts District. So if anybody you know or you yourselves are interested in applying for that seat, let me know in the chat, and I'd love to follow up with you on that and give you more information. So we have public meetings once a month, and they're the second Tuesday of every month. We've pivoted to a Zoom format like you have and so many others. And overall, it's worked pretty well, and in a lot of ways allowed for more people to engage that maybe couldn't show up in person. Our website is hcnc.adlt.org if you want to check out more information. And then we're at HCNCLA on Instagram, Facebook, maybe Twitter. So I want to share a little bit of the demographics of our neighborhood. This is according to some census information. So between Arts District and Little Tokyo, we have 7,535 people. The median age is 41 years old. We're about 56% male, 44% female. 37% of us have bachelor's degrees. And about 47% are Asian American, 30% are white, 11% African American, and 17% Hispanic. And I know those percentages don't equal to 100, but that's just what I could find on the census information. In terms of housing, there's 4,426 units total. There's 495 vacant units, which I believe should be filled. There's 1,032 owner-occupied units and about 28,099 units that are being rented. So predominantly people that are renting live here. And the median household income is 67,000, almost 68,000. Almost 300 people are on food stamps, and almost 800 people are living below the poverty line. So that just kind of paints a little bit of a view of the demographic of the people that live and work and play here, or I guess live here. So we have members on our board that are also part of LARABA or on the bid. So there's definitely a lot of cohesion between all of our groups, and we're always looking for ways to just unite us all more and more. Some of the things that we found as a neighborhood through doing a survey in terms of priorities are people want to see more engagement from the neighborhood council. People want more leadership with environment and sustainability, elevating and celebrating culture. And then just safety and protection are things that matter to folks. One of the big ways that we can be of service to the community is providing neighborhood purpose grants. And these are available to schools and nonprofits. And with these kinds of grants, typically you can apply for up to $5,000. You can apply for more than that, but there's just like another review process with the city. But you can do anything from improving sidewalks to some sort of like public art installation to a public free event. ArtShare has, really been great at taking advantage of these neighborhood purpose grants. And so we're just encourage other folks to reach out and get involved in that way. And in fact, our fiscal year is starting this July, this month, so this coming month. So it's a really good time to reach out and apply for some funding. We did have our budget reduced. It was 42,000 last year, and now I believe it's going to be 32. But yeah, that's kind of us in a nutshell, and I'm just so excited to be here. I forgot to mention I'm the Environment and Sustainability Chair of the Neighborhood Council, so that tends to be my primary focus, but ultimately everything's intersectional, so it all bleeds together. But thank you so much, and I'm available. I'll put my email in the chat.
Thank you, Julia.
Thanks, Julia. Appreciate that. Awesome. Cheyenne, will you share a little bit about the bid, since you're a bid board member?
I mute myself. Hi, yeah. So I have the great pleasure of not only running ArtShare, but sitting on LaRaba, and then also because I'm a property owner, I have a seat on the Business Improvement District Board of Directors. The executive director couldn't make it tonight, so I'm happy to present on his behalf. The bid in the Arts District primarily focuses on safety and cleanliness. We have 30 security guards that monitor the district throughout the day and the evening. If you ever need them, you can call. There's a 24-hour hotline, and I'll pop it in the chat for everyone. It's a really, really great, resourceful resource to have for us. If you see anyone vandalizing or breaking into cars or buildings or just harassing anybody, you can call them, and the blue shirts on bikes or in their cars will come and help and support the situation, and then they will call the police if you haven't already done that. So I encourage you to engage them. They are being paid for by the assessed dollars from our property value in the district, so they're at our disposal. And just stay safe out there, guys. It's a funky time out there, and just stay safe. Don't leave your stuff in your car unattended or with the doors unlocked. Theft and building theft is kind of on the rise throughout Los Angeles, so just be protective of your stuff and your spaces. So that's all I have.
Sorry about that. Thanks, Cheyenne. Let's go ahead, and now we're going to start our speaker series. And I'm very excited to introduce Alex Couto with the Couto Brothers. I had the privilege of working with him for the Rendon for Art at the Rendon, when we had hidden rooms where we had the 40 vacant rooms, and we had artists in each of the rooms creating some sort of immersive installation for that first event. And Alex had one of the rooms, and that's how I got to know him initially. But he's an artist here in the Arts District. He practices his studios here. And I thought that it'd be really great for us to all get to meet him, because a lot of people just are not familiar that he's an Arts District artist. So Alex, let's go ahead and just for everyone to know, we've got Alex as the presentation, then we've got Bridget and Stone from Resident, and then after that we've got Susan with the Farmers Market. So Alex, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Cindy, for that lovely introduction.
Yeah.
I'm Alex. What an incredible group. Very eclectic, a lot of different people. This is my first time doing this and joining, so thank you everyone for having me, and good evening. I'm gonna start off with a little bit about myself and then get into what we're about. My brother and I, we create artwork, and we live here in the Arts District, been here since 2012. And so, and then get into what we were up to during the pandemic or during the quarantine, and how we kind of weathered the storm for that. So I'm gonna get to sharing my screen here. See if I can do this right. Here. This one? Okay, can everyone see that?
Yes.
I'm on the last slide here.
Fantastic.
Okay, so we're the Coda Brothers. I'm one half of the Coda Brothers. I work with my brother Christopher. He couldn't make it, but in case you wanted to know how to spell my name, there you have it. It's Couto, Coda Brothers. And yeah, a little bit about myself. My brother and I, we make all our artwork together and simultaneously, which is kind of an interesting aspect about our work and how we create it. So, so yeah, let's get started here. Okay, so here we are. We're sitting in front of one of our pieces here. This is probably one of our larger works on canvas. We really love to incorporate color, a lot of bold color and contrasting color. We like to bring a lot of energy to our pieces and kind of really grab people, you know, and shock people as they view our work. And that's our dog Reggie there sitting with us. Is amazing. So here we'll continue on to the next slide. So we touch on all sorts of subject matter. We don't really stray away from anything. This one particularly is based on a Delacroix illustration around 200 years ago, a French artist. And we try to kind of revamp or kind of remix this piece and really try to make it contemporary or try to make it more modern or to more appealing to the modern viewer and see where we can take it. So we truly do love art history, and we try to play around with it and see where it takes us. So this piece was a lot of fun and unique compared to a lot of other ones. Also, psychology. We love to touch on subjects like that, psychology, and these are kind of ink blot series based on Rorschach prints. These are around 6 feet tall to give you an idea of scale. So they're acrylic on canvas, and we use aerosol and what have you to kind of get to where we're going here. And we really just wanted to play with the viewer to see what they saw in the image, kind of like the whole purpose of the Rorschach print, to see what people think, what the viewer takes away from the artwork. This is something that always interests us, is the viewer's interpretation. Okay, here's another one based in art history, of course. It's called The Temptation of St. Anthony. It's a piece we did, it's a screen print on canvas, actually, and based on one of Michelangelo's earliest known artworks. So again, we're trying to grab something from history, make it more present, make it more modern and contemporary, and try to kind of connect the past with the present and ultimately the future, of course. So this is a piece I particularly like. I think we can all relate to, you know, these demons around us here, especially St. Anthony. I think we can all understand that one way or another. This is a commission piece we did. It's a little simpler. We made it for a client who it was for a wedding gift, and also kind of illustrates our love of nature here and shows our kind of bold colors and pattern work that we're known for. Okay, a few more pieces, just to show the variety of work that we have, just going through them. Also, I'm wondering if anyone would like to ask questions or interrupt me, feel free. I don't know if that's okay with these type of things, but I'm more than open to them, so feel free. I don't mind at all. The next following slides here, they're of our mural work. This is our very first mural I'm quite proud of. We created this in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. That's where we got our art start. We were actually born in New York City, but then moved to Brazil and spent a good amount of time in Milwaukee. And that's where we were able to kind of get started with artwork and kind of our early adult life as trying to sell artwork and whatnot. So yeah, this is our very first one, and it really created wonders for the community. There was not a lot of public artwork in Milwaukee. And when we did this, I think we started a trend, and a lot more murals started popping up, a lot more public artwork started popping up, and it's amazing. Here's one we did in Santa Monica, a co-op grocery store down there. It's one of our first murals we did in LA since moving here. Here's one for the WeWork offices we did downtown. We collaborated with an artist, a local artist, Allison Kunith. Not sure if anyone's familiar. Fantastic artist. And yeah, that was a great bit of fun. We did something a little more abstract, a little more kind of office friendly, I think, a little bit more corporate friendly. This mural is one of our latest ones. It was, we created it for Artistry. It's in the heart of WeHo. It's a gallery / dispensary. It's a really beautiful space. It's state-of-the-art dispensary. I mean, it's pretty incredible. Never seen anything like it. And yeah, great people to work for. So really artist and art friendly. So it's very enjoyable. Okay, another mural here we did for Coffee Bean in the 3rd Street Promenade. Also, you know, they came up to us, they said they wanted palm trees, so we gave them just that, palm trees, but of course in our signature style, colorful, bold, and hopefully, I like to think, attention grabbing. So this mural here, this is a mock-up, so this never came to completion. This is something we brought up to a restaurant owner in the Arts District. I'm putting it on here because I really like the way it turned out, and I would like to someday actually bring it and make it into a mural. So I just wanted to show you here's more kind of potential and direction and artistic style. Give you a good idea of what we do. Here we are. This is a scarf we made. A series of two scarves. They're 100% silk. It's kind of like a luxury item, just to show the diversity of what we do. It's an accessory. It's like the first time we've done anything like that. And it was an ode to the history and rich culture of Afghanistan. And it seems, we thought Afghanistan gets a bad rap here in the United States and on the news and what have you. So we kind of wanted to go against that narrative and show how interesting and fascinating Afghanistan is. And there I am on the right when I had shorter hair before quarantine hair came about. So here's a sculpture we did. These are museum quality replicas of T-Rex skulls. So we're also fascinated by the skeletal system, nature in general. But yeah, we hand painted these. They're exactly 1/4 the size of T-Rex skulls, an actual T-Rex skull. And yeah, we had a lot of fun with this. We do really want to get into more sculpture. We were incredibly successful, but it's very challenging. And we're really kind of focused on paintings, but we want to diversify, but I thought I should show. Here's a gang sign series we did. That was really, I think it was pretty mind-blowing for a lot of people. We sold out of these, and it created a lot of dialogue. It was displaying gang signs and actually showing each one and documenting to which gang each sign belonged to. And yeah, it was a great dialogue piece. We got a lot of positive feedback, and it was tremendously successful for us. Okay, and last but not least, this is our most latest collaboration. It's with this group called Zen Nests. They create beanbags. So it's also our first piece of furniture. It was a big experiment. It was over quarantine. We worked remotely, and it's based on the imagery of the scarf. So we use that to create this, and they're really quite comfortable. As you can see, I'm sitting there on the right, and I want to let you know it'll be available hopefully next week. So just putting that out there. Okay, wonderful. So here we are. This is some contact info. This is another one of also our pieces of the Inkblot series. You can follow us on Instagram, check us out, and keep up to date, and join our mailing list, pretty please, to stay communicated with us. So here, I'll get out of stop the share here. Can everyone see me okay? And hear me okay?
Absolutely.
Okay,
Perfect.
thumbs up, cool. Okay, so the pandemic hit. I wanted to get into that. I think it scared the shit out of a lot of people in the art world. A lot of galleries were shutting their doors. Some were closing indefinitely. A lot of art buyers were and collectors were second guessing about buying artwork or purchasing artwork. They were kind of maybe holding off on that. Mural opportunities dried up. A lot of businesses were closing, so they're, I guess, uninterested in creating murals for their businesses. So it really kind of scared a lot of artists, including ourselves, and the financial instability, let alone the COVID itself, right? So that really scared us. So we kind of thought, what do we do with this? So we sat back and thought how we can contribute, we came up with an idea on how to contribute, and we thought we could donate 30% of all our sales to Meals on Wheels. We thought that would be an excellent way to contribute and kind of revitalize the situation and let people know that we were staying busy and trying to help out and being a part of the community, particularly the elderly community, who I think were very much in need during this during the quarantine and pandemic, which Meals on Wheels specifies. I'm not sure if everyone's familiar with the organization, but Meals on Wheels helps out the elderly and supports them, feeds them, and socializes with them. So it's an excellent organization, and we were able to actually get a lot of funds together, make sales, and donate, and that felt incredible. And I think a lot of people realized since the pandemic and since quarantine how important community really is. And so I kind of want to emphasize this for the Arts District, and hopefully we can build upon the relationship between businesses and organizations and the artists who live in the Arts District or who work here, and try to make a symbiotic relationship. I think it perhaps needs to be reemphasized that what makes the Arts District are the artists, the creativity in the neighborhood, and that we should really cherish this and try to maintain it, or at least help it develop. So I implore any businesses or anybody else to seek out artists within the neighborhood, see how you can work with them, hire them, display their work, anything of that kind, and really emphasize that kind of notion of community, particularly for the art world, because I think they're in need of it right now. I don't know if anyone saw the article that came out saying that artists were the least essential group, the least essential workers in the world, I guess, or out of all workers. And what a terrible thing to say. So let's let them know. Let's let artists know, like myself, that we are essential. The world needs art, and that's how we make it a better place. So I'd like to leave you with that, and hopefully I didn't take up too much of your time. So if anyone needs any questions, let me know. Thank you.
That was fantastic. That's just great presentation. Your work is so beautiful. Love seeing it. I love how you describe what what you've been doing during quarantine. Meals on Wheels, what a great project, and 100% wholeheartedly agree about art being essential. And I know Cheyenne is a big proponent of that as well with ArtShare.
Do you mind if I say something really quick?
Please do. That's exactly why I mentioned it.
Yeah, thank you. So the LA County Arts Department, which is our county, they run the entire county of Los Angeles's arts and culture and the funding behind that. They are now, for the first time ever, sitting at the table with the other departments like health, the police department, all of the other kind of services that the county provide. The arts and culture finally have a seat at the table, and the whole purpose is to scream and yell about arts being essential and to add them to the restructure plan and how we're going to move forward and how we're going to allocate funding to the different departments. So it's revolutionary, and Los Angeles is ahead of their time.
Fantastic. Great news.
Well, thank you, Alex, for the presentation. Make sure, I think Cheyenne's already put on the screen for the chat section about your Instagram, and I know you already featured yourself as well, so stay in touch with Alex. Let him know about any projects or collabs you'd like to be involved with.
Thank you, everyone. Appreciate it.
Yeah,
thank you.
Alex.
Michael Hope here. I sent you my info. I have something coming I think would interest you. In the message I sent you my number. Shoot me a text. I'm working on getting some walls in the neighborhood, so we might have something going on.
Thanks, Mike.
Yep.
All right, so next up we have resident. We have Bridget. Let's go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and mute have everyone mute again themselves. And we're going to have Bridget and Stone speak about resident, introduce themselves, and for those that aren't familiar, They're going to share a bit more about the concept. They're going to give us a tour, and we're so grateful that you guys are here with us today. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks. I am so overwhelmed by this Zoom thing right now. I've never done the Zoom thing. I'm like, so I'm gawking because I don't get it, and I like it, but I'm sorry, I'm kind of a loser that way. I'm like, oh, okay.
I just watched
That's why we're doing this together. Well, I mean, that's not why, but I'm like, all right, you set it up. Anyway, I'm Bridget Vagatus, and I have a husband who decided to feed the dogs because he didn't want to do this, I guess. Timothy Cravio. Want to feed the dogs. Anyway, we bought our building downtown President about 20 some odd years ago, and it's been like 25 years, but it was kind of wild times back in the day. We had a lot of fun, still having fun, but obviously it's changed dramatically, and we've always kind of had an oddball kind of existence down here. We kind of do whatever the hell we wanted, which was great. We love that, which is not so much true anymore. But before, and we'll give you a little tour of the garden, but before we did the bar and everything, we did have 4 vintage trailers around this courtyard area, which was a little seedy, but it was fun. We had an above ground pool. What do you call it? Oh, Doughboys, yeah. I remember, I'm from Ohio. We used to have those things all the time. And we just used to have a ball here. So anyway, but things changed. Obviously, the neighborhood changed. The interior of the bar was somebody's welding shop. He works in car restoration and tinkers around with a lot of different things. And but when the neighborhood started to change, we said, if you can't beat him, join him. And we wanted to stay in the Arts District because we love it here. And so we said, let's open a bar. What a novel idea, right? Bad idea. Just kidding. It's a great idea. But anyway, so we decided to open a bar. And I guess we opened maybe 4 years ago.
2014 or 15, I think you guys started.
2014. Yeah, and it's quite a process. Yeah. And we have like so much support from so many cool people in our neighborhood. I mean, they got up and spoke at city council, and it was amazing how many people really rallied behind us. So we're glad we're still here, and we love it here. We really do. So everything's changed quite a bit, but we still do have our little vintagey trailer. And that's where we sleep. And I have a studio space on the 2nd floor, and Timothy rents a spot next door to do part stuff. And I think that's it. But we've been doing this for a while. It's been really fun. We've morphed into a lot of different places with this, and yeah, it's been a trip. It's been one hell of a ride. So.
We love you, Bridget. That's everyone saying that right now in the chat. We're so happy you're here and sharing about your experience here. Thank you.
We brought Stone on. I'll let you. Actually, I'm going to let Stone talk for a moment. Yeah, you want to?
My name is Stone. I live in the Art District. I lived here back in 2008. Then I moved to West Hollywood, and then I came back down here last year. I used to be with a company called Committed. We had Bar Lubitsch, Del Carmen, Roger Room, Jones. So I came from that company. I worked with them for about 14 years. They brought me over here a couple years ago. I think most people know Resident now because it has morphed into different things over the years. This is Tim. Now we do live music, DJs. We do all different kinds of genres of music. We have a beautiful garden, which we're going to give you a quick tour of. things have quieted a little bit right now, and you know, things happen in life, right? So we have this new experience with the C word, IVID. And so what we're doing is just navigating it. It's giving us time to kind of regroup, take some things around the space and get us ready to open up, because this will pass and we'll all be all right. So we're kind of putting things together, doing some repairs here and there. But like I said, we have live music on the inside of the venue. Our patio, we call it like our little oasis in the art district. It's a beautiful, yes, it's like magic here. And it's like perfect. You have your outside seating, your open air. When we give you the tour, you'll see that we have fireworks, airplanes that come over. What else?
Helicopters.
A lot of helicopters. But we have fun in the space. We have created a space. I'm not an artist, but my art is curating. And what we've done is curated. This is our art. A wonderful space downtown for people to come in, hang out, have a drink, a great cocktail. If you don't drink alcohol, we have non-alcoholic beverages. We've got great food at the kitchen when we open. And we have a wonderful garden to sit out and enjoy. Bridget has created this garden and put it together herself. With a lot from the guys, but mostly it's her creation. And it's like magic here. So it's a place where you can come, be yourself, whoever you are, just be wonderful, kind to each other. We have a place now, we have our protocols that we're setting up for the COVID, so that we're taking care of that. And you notice we don't have our masks, but we see each other every day. We've been together since this all started, so we're okay.
We lick each other's hands.
We lick each other. No, we don't lick each other's hands. But we'll have the space all set up with all the protocols in place once we do get a chance to open. We have, a wonderful environment set up kind of for this type of a thing. You want to say something, Tim, before I give a quick tour?
This is Tim. This is the
Tim.
one that was,
yeah, they're tired of hearing to us.
Oh, yeah, go Tim. So I'm going to give you a
one
tour.
thing I wanted to say.
We're gonna.
Now we're talking.
Oh,
One
now-
thing I wanted
Go
to
ahead,
say.
you guys.
Now
For
you want
those
to
that
talk.
aren't familiar,
I'm like, I don't know what to
for
say.
those that aren't
Um,
familiar, Bridget, Tim, Stone, you're located where exactly? You want to share a little bit? You're kind of close to Earth.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
428 South Hewitt. We're kind of kitty corner from Earth Cafe. We're really close, across the street. And, but what I wanted to say about the bar, and something I think that we've all wanted to do, and sometimes we've achieved it, sometimes we haven't, but we have been a lot. I think this year is really good before things got shut down. But we had this one night, and it was like this Michael Jackson Prince DJ night. We've got this great DJ. It's really fun. It's a super fun night.
Dave Paul.
And Dave Paul, I love him. But I loved this, and this is what I wanted the bar to always be, was that just every walk of life. And I was up on the stage with this group of people, and it was this group of girls, and then their mom was there, and then their father, and we were all like doing like this like disco dance where we were like all circling around each other, and then we were going through the circle, and I was like, man, this is great. I mean, it was just like everybody was kind of embracing each other, but it was no demographic, and that was what I always wanted to have, was no demographic, which obviously when you have fans, it's not going to be like that, because clearly it's targeted. But yeah, I always wanted to have just kind of an open scenario where it was like, maybe you're not into rap music, or maybe you're not into death metal, but maybe you could open your mind and experience it, because hopefully it'll be really great. We don't do a lot of death metal anymore because I'm a huge fan, but we do a little bit of everything. And it's kind of nice to open the door and like, maybe this isn't my gig, but I want to check it out and see what it's like, So it's kind of what I wanted it to be.
So we're gonna give you a quick tour. I brought the laptop. Again, this is Tim and Bridget.
Oh.
And we'll walk around. We'll start from the front. We've got about 2 minutes. So when you first come in, there's our vintage trailer we use as a bar. Here is kitchen. They're closed right now, but this is where we serve in, seating, the garden, our Christmas tree lights, our restrooms are here. There's our beautiful model, Vanna White, or Vanna Red. We have fire pits. Our venue is there. And then this is the main part of the garden. So it's empty now, but it's a great spot for you to come. And
Hey,
our
Stone,
only prerequisite is that you're nice.
I'm going to
Yes.
interrupt real quick. Can you slow
Yes.
down just a little bit and then like focus in so people can see the garden a little better? So just
Oh,
little,
slower.
Yeah. Because it's so amazing what Bridget has done there.
Thank you.
There you go. Such an amazing place to hang out. It's just, the ambiance is so wonderful. Yeah, you've created such a cool space.
Oops.
Thank you.
I think it's a little bit better, I guess.
Yeah, that was for sure.
But it's a lot of fun. So if you guys can, please come out off sale. So we're doing cocktails to go. We'll be doing that until we're allowed to open up regularly. But please come down, hang out in the garden, meet new friends. Come 6 feet apart for right now.
And so
Bridge.
you guys are, what are your hours right now? What are your days and hours?
We're doing Wednesday through Saturday from 5 until 9.
Okay.
And if you go on the website, you're able to, pick a cocktail and have it delivered, or come by and pick it up.
Okay. Super cool. Well, for
And we
those
type
that
music on the patio. Pardon?
yeah, I was just going to say, for those that aren't familiar that are on this call right now, it's absolutely one of my favorite places, and I know a lot of us on the board and all. Oh, okay. Michael Hope walked across the street from Wisdom.
Nice, Michael.
Like magic.
We love you, Bridget.
I couldn't not walk over. I couldn't help myself.
So we look forward to coming down when we open back up. Keep an eye on our Instagram and our website. Thank you very much for doing this with us.
We're having bad reception right now as we're saying goodbye to you guys, but let's see if there's any, there's some bad reception there, but let's see if there's been any other, Michelle Victoria's wonderful, missing the garden. Cheyenne, the best place to have summertime. So many memories created there in such a short time. People are just loving this right now. So yeah, miss this place. Waylon, we all miss you. So we'll come, everyone has to come on down and get some cocktails to go, right?
It's by the fireplace.
Yeah. Cool. Thank you so much for being here tonight. We really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Bring it down.
Great.
This is fun. The Zoom
Oh,
thing.
thanks you guys. All right, we are gonna.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for being here. And if anyone has any other questions, just go ahead and put them in chat. Now we're going to introduce Susan Hutchinson, who is with the Arts District Farmers Market, or I guess the LA City Hall Farmers Market that services us here in the Arts District and is one of the projects of La Abra. Susan, are you here?
I am. I'm right here.
Hi, Susan. So good to see you.
Hi.
Yay. So, and I know that Cheyenne's working on some of this. She's going to do some screen share for you as well.
Yes.
Great.
So we used to be the Arts District Little Tokyo Farmers Market. Our roots are in the Arts District. We started there in 2005. I don't know if anyone knows or remembers. And La Abra is our sponsor. So we moved to City Hall in 2008. And we've been there since, so we've been there for a while, and we closed down at the beginning of March due to the COVID situation. Really early, the mayor shut us down on the 3rd is when we first heard about it, and then we opened a drive-through, and then when the protests started and they closed the street and we actually had the National Guard in our space, we decided to move it again. And so now we're actually right across the street from Resident. We're at 811 South Hewitt. No, is it 411? 411 South Hewitt. That's Randy Miller's building. And so we're there on Thursdays from 11 until 1 p.m. doing a pickup. We're mainly an online market now. So I guess you could put up a slide if you want to. We have an app that we're doing right now, which is the What's Good app. And we have a handful of farmers. They all have kind of we've known them for years. This is actually Sherrock Farm. I used to work for her at the Hollywood Farmers Market. She's a beautiful farm up in Ojai. She grows all of her own vegetables. Actually, 3 of our 4 farmers are women farmers. And so this is Sabrina, and she grows organically, beautiful greens and different kinds of vegetables. She has some citrus and some avocados and medicinal flowers. So she does a box, she does boxes. We also have, if you want to change the slide, we have, this is Sweet Tree Farms. They just joined the farmer's market. And I've also known her. She used to sell at City Hall in 2008. Beautiful organic fruit. There's a really cool video. I think that was on one of the MailChimps that Larava sent out, a KCT video of her on her farm. But she has many different varieties. And so she's selling boxes as well. We also have CNL Farms. Oh, that's Orzo. So I'll just say quickly, the other farms that we have are CNL Farms. They do vegetables, berries, and eggs. And then we have Microgreens Mama. She does microgreens. She also carries, sells for Bishan mushrooms. She's beautiful mushrooms. And then also Sabrina also sells BB Ranch cold pressed raw olive oil. So those are our farms, and everybody kind of has their own niche. So nobody's really competing directly with each other, and it's all really quality stuff. Everything's pretty much, picked to order. That's how people are surviving these days. So anyway, if you want to go to the next slide, that's a local business called Orzo Pasta. I think he was going to be starting a restaurant in the Arts District right when this whole COVID thing started. And so he ended up going online. That's what a lot of people are doing. And so he has his own store online, and he delivers every single day, but on Thursdays he's in our box. And so you can order his pasta and his beautiful sauces to order. Once again, he's making everything based on the orders that he receives. So if you go to the next one, I want to say one more thing about that. We would really love to partner with people in the Arts District. If there's anybody who wants to sell on the app or wants to be a pickup location, we would really love to partner. I think that's really the way forward with all of this, is that we're all just kind of helping each other. It's just like at a farmer's market, you wouldn't want to be the only vendor. It's, the more the merrier, and we can all, help to support each other. And even some of our vendors purchase from our farms, and vice versa. They like to take home dinner, so it's good. This is Simply Sweet. She's a micro business woman. She's been at City Hall since, I think, 2009, and she is a one-woman show, and she does really great home-cooked, a lot of Southern recipes, things that you can't find anywhere else. And that's Heather Slater. She does Simply Sweets. So if you want to go to the next slide, that's our app. Oh, I should say quickly, the other prepackaged foods that we have, it's pretty much everybody is a micro business. So we have Brothers Hummus. Actually, they're not, they are a micro business, but they're just a bunch of brothers working together, and they make hummus, and they do a lot of Mediterranean appetizers, and they do beautiful yogurts. We have Alex's Nuts, and he's a small family. He actually has a farm in Mexico, and they do dried fruits and nuts, and they also do like a lot of other kind of pantry items, snacky things. We have Coldwater Canyon Provisions, and that guy is amazing. He makes all of his own preserves and pickles, and you might remember him because he was at the Arts District Farmers Market, and so I think some people used to buy from him there. We have Buddha Sauce. He's also a one-person guy. He makes salad dressings, and he's started to make some hummuses and things like that. And then Tigre Supreme, who makes dehydrated fruit. It's like jewelry, you know, he just slices it himself and he dries it all like individually, and it's just really beautiful stuff. So anyway, so this is the app. We did a website, and it was not sustainable. It was just too much work. And so we went to this app, which the Hollywood Farmers Market is doing, Echo Park, all of the Sela markets are up on there. And so we feel like we're in good company, and there's some crossover. So you have to go to the app and sign up for it. You can get to it through our Instagram page, which is City Hall Farmers Market. Or what you could do is you could just go to cityhallfarmersmarket.org or cityhallfarmersmarket.com. It'll all take you to this page. And then what you need to do is sign up. I know a couple of the board members from La Raba do it on the browser, but most people I know do it on the telephone. So you sign up, and then if you go to the next slide, this is what you'll see. It gets populated based on where you live. So you're going to see everything in the LA area. You're also going to see, if you're within 5 miles of 411 South Hewitt, you will see that the purple delivery one, which is the second one down on the left. And so you choose that if you want to do delivery. We have delivery for a $7 flat fee, including tip. So, which seems to be, pretty okay for people. And we deliver as far out as, Hollywood, Mount Washington. So not too far, but 5 miles. So it's a decent radius for now. We'll consider expanding it on how it goes. But so otherwise you would just choose the City Hall Farmers Market, and then that'll take you to a page, if you want to go to the next slide, which you'll have a choice of all products, which is a bit of a yard sale. And so if you have a lot of time, you just want to browse through stuff, it seems like there's not a lot of rhyme or reason to it. But you could just go by category. You could do produce or dairy and eggs or baked goods or whatever, but or you can go to vendor. So say that you really like Sweet Tree Farms or Shamrock Farms, or you really want your orzo pasta, then you can go to the vendor and click on products, and you can just see what they have there. So the cool thing about the app, which is why we chose it, is that you can choose from all the different vendors, and then you pay once. So that's nice. So then we're the aggregate location, and we consolidate those orders. So when you come to pick up, you've already paid for it, and we have all of your stuff packed up in a bag, and you can just come in. And Randy's space is really easy because he has a big lot, so you can drive in or bike in or walk in, and we'll just give you your stuff. It can be totally no contact. So a lot of the people, including some of our farmers, they do this because they want no contact. I know Sabrina's immune compromised, so she doesn't get out of her truck. We just take her produce out of the back of the truck for her. And we do the same with some of our regular customers. They prefer just to put their name up on the window, even though we know who they are now. And then they pop the trunk, and we just drop it in, and off they go. So it works out pretty well. That's Jamie. She's our favorite customer. She found us because we accept EBT. So if you know anybody who has an EBT card, we will accept it. We honor it, and we can do it over the phone or in person. And anyway, that's the space. It's actually pretty big, way bigger than what we need right now. And like I said, you have to order from the app before midnight on Tuesday, because like I said, people are really picking and packing to order. So they need that extra day. And actually, Sweet Tree Farms, she has a cutoff of 5 p.m. because she gets in her truck and she drives to LA on Tuesday night. So she has to get everything done and in the truck by then. And then the pickup is from 11 until 1. And the delivery has also been 11 to 1. I would imagine, though, if we had a lot of deliveries, that might change a little bit. And that's pretty much it. So we've just since we started in 2005, it's always been about, you know, change and surviving. And every time something happens, we just find a lot of new friends. And so it always works out for us. So we're just, we're following that same plan, and it's brought us back to the Arts District, which is great.
Thank you, Susan. We're so happy that you're here and the service that you're providing. It's amazing. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah.
Thank you so much for having me.
For sure. That's great. All right. Is there anyone else that wanted to introduce themselves, chat? I know that I was also really interested in, Alex, are you still here right now? Let me see if Alex is still here. Are you still here, Alex?
Yeah.
Cool. I wanted to ask you a quick question.
Yeah, go ahead.
So you were saying that you were from Brazil, you were living in Brazil for a little while. Does your influence, do you think, is there some Brazilian like influence in there? Or where do you think the bright colors like for you came? Because I love your colors.
I mean, absolutely. I can't avoid it. So definitely there's a Brazilian influence in that. My dad's Brazilian, my mom is Mexican American. And so our multicultural background and me living in Brazil and living abroad in several different places, that all has influenced our artwork, our use of color, our pattern, and of course, subject matter. So no, of course, that it's a major, and probably the main influence of why our artwork is the way it is.
Very, very cool. Well, I know everyone that has not been familiar with your work was quite excited to see that you're here in the Arts District, and hopefully more collabs and partners and things for you. So thank you so much, Alex, for joining us tonight. Thank you to Bridget, Tim, Stone for joining us tonight. Thanks, Susan. It's just, I really love doing these neighborhood nights. I love introducing everyone and getting to see our community, you know, in the Arts District here. We're a really special bunch. And, you know, as Bridget said, she's been here for a while, her and Tim, and it's wonderful how it just keeps evolving. And although it's a bit of a ghost town right now, we're gonna get it together. We're all gonna be good. And I just understand also, I didn't notice, but Randy, I understand that you are here, and I didn't know that. So did you want to speak a bit too about LaRabra, being that you're the president here?
Oh, thanks for the opportunity, Cindy. No, I don't really have anything to add. It was another great presentation tonight. I'm just so happy to see many new faces and learn a little bit more about our local businesses, which we all continue to support. So no, great job for everybody who puts this together. It's really what we need to do in this time where we have all these challenges, but I'm certain if we keep the momentum going, we're going to lift the curtain soon. So thank you, everybody. Really great job.
Great. And thank you so much, Cheyenne, for everything. You're behind the scenes there, organizing all of the, you're organizing everything for us here in putting together the screen shares and hosting and getting us all, you know, here together.
Thank you, everyone. Until next month, I guess I'll take it over. Thank you so much, Cindy. Amazing presentation again. Thank you so much to Alex. If everyone wants to unmute themselves and just give a round of applause to Alex and Bridget and Stone and Susan and say thank you. And don't forget tonight to order your farmer's market box. I'm sure if you can't pick it up between 10 and 1 on Thursday, Randy will stick around an extra hour or two to help you pick it up. So support the local farmers as they can't have access to you. So until next month, July 28th, I think it is. We'll see you then.
Yay. Thank you everyone for being here.
Thank you, everybody. Good to see everybody.
Thanks, everyone. Be safe. Thank you.
Bye, everybody.
Or stick around and get drunk with me. Either one.
Cheers, everybody.
Oh. There's Waylon's got one. Hi, Waylon. It's good to see you.
Yeah.